Welcome to the first tutorial for setting up EverQuest on SoH. Now, for legal reasons, you need to have a legitimate copy of EverQuest. And in our links page, we have a link to Steam where you can download EverQuest for the live server. Now, once your version of EverQuest has been set up to play on the live server, it's very likely that it will not work on the emulated server. So you set up your EverQuest Live stuff, and then you have a completely different folder for EQEMU, which is the EverQuest emulated server. And in the basic tutorials, there is a tutorial for setting up EverQuest to use on the emulated server. And in this tutorial, we will be downloading 10 files. They're all zipped files. Each one of them is about 800 to 900 megabytes. So you'll just click on each folder, each file number here, and it'll take you to a Google site where you have the zipped file, and then you will just click download. And it'll ask you, are you sure you want to download this? Because it exceeds the maximum size that Google can scan for viruses. You will click download anyways, and you will do that for all 10 files. File 2, download anyways. File 3, download anyways. File 4, click the download button and download anyways. And file 5, download anyways. File 6, sometimes this one is a problem, and then you will just click the download button and then download anyways. As you can see, this file is so big that it causes some problems with the display. Okay, and then file 7. Now, depending on your internet speed and parameters, you may want to download one file at a time, so that your files don't get corrupted or not downloaded completely. File 9. And file 10. And download anyways. All right, so this is going to take a significant amount of time. We can look up under our on our downloads page and get an idea of how fast everything is downloading. All right. So we will come back when these are done downloading. All right, so the files are done downloading. And so now we need to set up our file structure, or you can do this while you're waiting for your files to download. So we'll go to the C drive. We will right-click and create a new folder, and we will call this folder EQ. I do it in lowercase. EQEMU. And then double click on our new folder, EQEMU. Now you can name these files anything you want, but for the sake of troubleshooting, if you have problems later, it's nice it's nice to have uniformity. So, and then inside of the EQEMU folder, we will create another new folder, and we will call this one EQEMU with an underscore, ROF 2, and this stands for the EverQuest emulated server, and this is the Reign of Fire 2 client. Okay, and this is the folder, this EQEMU ROF2 is the folder that we will be unzipping our zipped files into. All right, so if we just back up here, we have our folder here. All right, so we go back to our downloads, and we got file 1 here. It's called zip1.zip, and we will go to show in folder, and then right click and extract all, and then you'll click on the browse menu, and mine automatically went to the EQEMU folder, and we'll select the EQEMU Reign of Fire client folder. And if yours doesn't automatically come up here, you'll click on the C drive, come down to EQEMU, and then click on the Reign of Fire folder, and then select folder and extract. And we will do that for all 10 zip files. Folder and extract. Now you need to make sure you hit the extract, because if you don't, it will not extract. And you can see where you are. You got zip file 1, zip file 2, zip file 3. All right, so we've got all 10 zip files unzipping into our EverQuest emulated server Reign of Fire 2 client folder. And while we're waiting for that to unzip, we will set up our account with the emulated server, and you have to have an account with the emulated server. So if we go back over to links, right here, the second link on the page is the eqemulator.org link. This is the website that hosts the emulated servers. So we can just click on that. All right, so here we are at the EverQuest emulated server website, and we need to create an account. So we'll go to register, and it'll ask you to read all this, which is pretty standard, and then click register. Make sure you click that you have read that legal synopsis there. You'll type in your username. So I'll use Sword of Hawks, all lowercase. And if you see this username is valid and not in use, then you're good. And then type in your password, and then confirm your password, and then enter your email address. And of course, you got to confirm your address, and then a random question. Finish the name of this EverQuest expansion. All right, so you may have to do some research on Google, but this is fairly simple. I know the answer to this, but anyway, so go to Google, and you can type in the first part of it here. This is to make sure that you're not a bot, and then you just type in EverQuest, and then the portion of the question. And here's our answer, ruins of Cunard. Okay, so we can just copy this and go back to the emulated server and paste the answer in there. Okay. And then what game is this forum for? And this forum is for EverQuest. And then type in your date of birth. And then your privacy displays age and full date of birth. You know, you can hide your age and date of birth, or you can select whatever. All right, select your time zone here. And this maybe isn't all that important, but it's nice to have everything set up right. And you can receive emails from administrators if you want. And you can type in your other pertinent information. Then you can press complete registration. And it says, thank you for registering. An email has been dispatched, with details on how to activate your account. Click here to return to where you were previously, and you'll receive an email in your inbox. So that means we need to go to our Gmail account. And here's our EQ emulated forums. And it says to complete your registration, please visit this URL. So we will visit it because we need to. And all right, now we're logged in. Okay, so we've got our login forum account. We also need an account to play EverQuest. And that's the login server account. So we're going to need to click here on the left. We're going to need to click create an account. And this is for the login server accounts. So we'll click on that. This is the name that we will use to actually log into the EverQuest game. And there's some notes up here. This account should have a different name and password than your forum account. Do not use the same password for both. And that's, you know, standard security. You should never use, you know, the same password for multiple accounts. Although that makes it a lot harder to remember your passwords. But, you know, the best security practices is that you never use the same names and passwords. You can only, and it notes that you can only change this password if you have the current one, or you can reset only by using SMS. So here in our usernames, this is going to be the name that you want to create to log in. So sword. And eventually we will want multiple accounts so that you can play more characters at the same time. So I add a 1 to the end of it, as this is the first login server account. Now generally I use 6 to 12, but for now, this is the first one. I put 1 at the end, and then you put in your password and confirm your password, and then continue. All right, so we've successfully created a login server account. In the second tutorial, we will add some files that are necessary to play on the emulated server. So once your files are all unzipped, then proceed to the second tutorial.